Welcome back for our second hour. Our class for this hour is entitled Family Search Support Revealed, and our presenter is Carol Hill. And this is the description of the class. Carol, who is currently serving a service mission for Family Search Support, will be sharing Family Search Support Contact Options, what it is like to serve a support mission, what skills we develop, what resources we use to answer questions, etc. And that'll be very interesting. After listening to this presentation, she hopes you will want to join the team. Okay. So Carol received her bachelor's degree in family history from BYU in 2003 and has been helping others with their family history since then. If I remember correctly, your emphasis was in southern states?
That's right.
Okay. And she is currently serving a family search support mission and serving as a YSA stake family history consultant. She creates family history YouTube videos to help others understand different features of family search and other genealogy sites as well. She has her own website. She can maybe tell us what that is. And she loves her 6 children, 31 grandchildren, and her wonderful husband. So got a lot of family on the tree. Take it away, Carol.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And thanks for this opportunity to just share a little bit about what I've been doing for the last year and a half and what I've learned. So again, as you said, my title is Family Search Support Revealed. And when I get on the phones, I say, how may I help you today? Okay. Oh no, it's not advancing. Okay, what's going on now? Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so first off, I just wanted to tell you first about what I've done for service missions. So first off, about move this little screen here. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. So I served a family search Facebook mission 2016 to May of 2022. And that was really fun. I helped members of 14 groups all over the world. And what I really liked about it was the flexibility. I could be on a cruise and use my computer and help because you didn't have to be talking to people or on the phone. So I loved that. And I learned so much. And now they've actually closed that mission. So after I had finished my one mission, I thought, well, what is something else I could do? And I knew of friends that had served support missions just for family search. And what that entailed was, you'd get questions from patrons who contact family search via the phone, the chat, email, or even on social media, the church's social media. So I decided on December 2022, I thought, okay, maybe I should try this to see if I would enjoy doing this service mission. And the thing that I think I missed on Facebook was you didn't actually get to talk to people. So on this mission, you get to answer calls. And that's one thing that I like too. Sometimes I'm traveling. I can actually be at my daughter's house in Waco, Texas, and I can still do my mission there as well. And then one thing that I love about this mission too is that you don't have to find substitutes when you travel. You just put it on a list and say, hey, I'm going to be gone. And then other people just pitch in. So that's really nice too. And third thing I've really liked is I've learned a lot of the ins and outs of family search. I've learned so much from doing this. So I hope that you will learn too today. So before we start, there's just a couple interesting facts. I don't know if you know, but in 2022, there were 5.5 million new accounts created, and 97% of those were not members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 150 million names were added, and 80% of those were not church members. And so guests who are not members of the church are so, so grateful that they can get a free account. So many times people will say when, we're getting ready to get off the phone, just how grateful they are that they can get this free account and do their genealogy because other sites, keep increasing prices. So it's really sweet and really touches me when they tell me that. Okay, as Lori said, We're going to talk about Family Search Support Contact Options. You're going to be amazed at how many different options there are. What it's like to serve a support mission, what skills do we develop, the resources we use, and also I'm hoping that you'll consider joining one day. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about how to contact us. So up here on the right is, this is on FamilySearch.org when I'm logged in and you can see your name or your contact ID. Down to the left of that, you see a little circle with a question mark. So you will click that, and then this drop down will appear. I went ahead and just had it up, so I didn't have to do two screens, but that drop down appears. And then on the bottom left, you can just click Contact Us. There's other ways too. You could Google it and get to it as well. But if you're on Family Search, that's the easiest way to get to it. And then once you click the Contact Us, this page will come up for the regions to find local support. And this you would just do, you're going to select the region you actually are from. This is not where your ancestors were from, it's just where you're from. So I'm going to go ahead and select United States and Canada. And then this screen will pop up next. And it's called United States and Canada Contact Us. And you'll see here in the very middle, hours of operation. This is all in Mountain Time. So Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 1 to 8 p.m. So it's amazing that we've got Sunday as well. And then this is the number you call. That's 866-406-1830. That was when the church was organized. And there's a place to click for support for Spanish, and then also email support as well. So this is at the very top of the page. So let me show you as you scroll down the page, the other help options over here. We're going to talk about these in more detail. So I'm just showing you first what the page looks like. You have Find In-Person Help, Go to Get Started, Visit the Community, which is a lot like Facebook that the Family Search created. And then as you come down the page more, there's still more help. When I'm helping Bill, I have to go, okay, scroll down the page. And then this is really awesome. And we'll talk about this later too. What we can do, which I love, is they can download this Remote Connect software. Say I'm trying to help them merge, show them how to do a merge, or show them how to edit a relationship, or show them how to search for records. They can actually download this software, and then they give me a code and I connect with them. And so I can step them through because I can see their screen, and it's so helpful to be able to do that. And then these other articles we won't really talk about, but where do I find a family history center, visiting the family history library in Salt Lake City. A lot of times we get guests that are going to be going to Salt Lake City and have questions about that. Anyway, these other things there. There's just so much help, let me tell you. Okay, so we're going to first talk about the phone calls and the emails. I was going to share the what happens when you call that number, but I decided instead of trying to do that, what you'll do is when you call, it'll say like, thanks for calling Family Search Support, and that gives you different options. So these are the different options that come up. If you need help with the family tree, say anything with the family tree, you can click on that. I guess there's a button, or it tells you the number, to click on. Also, there's registration login. That's probably, we get so many calls of individuals that have forgotten their password and they can't get in, and sometimes they don't have a email connected to their account, so we'll have to get someone to help them add that. They don't have a phone mail connected, so there's just a ton of things on that, which I had no idea till I started this. Then we'll also have indexing calls, and I don't have that skill set yet. Historical records, I do that one. I love historical records. And then we also have help for the family search centers. We get a ton of Family Search Center calls. And a lot of times I think that's when their computers aren't working the way they should. A lot of people go in to try to look at microfilm there because they can't see them. And so I think sometimes the computers aren't hooked up properly, and so they need help with that. So anyway, that's what happens when you call for support. You have to decide which category you're calling about. And then on the email support for North America, this is NA North America support at FamilySearch.org. When you're on that other screen, that first screen, you can click on it. You can click on it and it'll open up a mail, for email, but I don't love the way that comes up. So I would suggest I just always copy and open up my own email and paste the address into there. And then you can just compose your email. And we get questions like, if people are having some problems with historical records, if they're even with like logging in, things on the tree. Sometimes we even have people that want to do research for us. So I'm going to tell you how you can actually get help with that in a minute as well. Okay, so the next one we're talking about on that screen, when you're on the help web page there, I guess I should say, it's in-person help. So you can get one-on-one guidance and direction for your family history. All you do is click on the blue button, Find In-Person Help. And so this page will pop up next, and this tells you that you can find a family search center, and then there's this research consultation too. And if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, when you go to this page as well, you will see that the Temple and Family History Network. So this is going to show all of the consultants in your ward that would love to help. And and it has their contact information. I didn't want to share this here, but it has all their contact information as well so that you can easily get a hold of them. So I wanted to show this Finding a Center. All you do is put your zip code. You could put your city and state. I just usually put the zip code in. And what comes up are all the family search centers. Now, this one it was an Orem zip code. And so, of course, over here on the right-hand side, you see all the green are the family search centers. And then the red are actually affiliate libraries. And what's nice about that is people call from, back east a lot, and they're trying to go to a center to view a microfilm. And so the affiliate libraries have that access as well. So they can go to a library and be able to pull up a microfilm that they can't view from home. So it's really neat that it's nice too, because it even tells you how far away the center or the affiliate library is. And that's been really helpful when I've helped guests. Yeah, I guess I told you about that, viewing microfilms that are not available. And just so you know, when you are in the catalog, you'll see this little microfilm with the key on top, and that means the image can only be viewed at a family history center due to permission and copyright agreements. So we just have to go with whatever the record custodian allows us to do. So that's frustrating sometimes, but hands are tied on some of these. Okay, so this one, I don't know if very many people know about this. This is so awesome. You can sign up for a free 20-minute online research consultation. And I love how we say with a friendly research guide, and how the volunteers on this come from all over the world, and they're dedicated to help people make successful discoveries. And I tell people about this all the time, especially if they want help with research. So this is an online Zoom-like meeting, and you can share your screen with the expert, and they can share their screen with you. So all you do is you'll click that Schedule Now, and then this pops up. And now on this one, you're going to select the area of research that you want help with, not where you're calling from like the other. So you would click, what area you want help with. And I think we're pretty much covered all over the world. So I think this isn't working again for a sec. What happened? Okay. Uh-oh. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to choose the United States and Canada. And then this brings me over to another screen. And if I were doing this live, instead of just doing screenshots, you could see how many options there are down the list. Like this one that I'm going to show you is immigrant ancestors from Europe to the US. There's like immigrant ancestors from Mexico to the United States, Canadian ancestors. So if you just wanted help with Canadian research, you could click on that. So we're just going to do this one again, the immigrant ancestors from Europe. And you click there, and then all you have to do is you're just going to pick a date and then a time, which these are 2 in the morning. I wasn't sure who would be awake then, but if you're from a different part of the country, or the world, that might be a perfect time for you. And then you click next. And then what you would do, they want you to fill out this information as much as you can, like who the ancestor was, name, email, and it goes on for quite a bit because they really want to know what you want help with, so that when they do this 20-minute consultation, then you can go ahead and they'll be more ready for you. So it's interesting here too. It asks them if it's the first time, or yes, I'm continuing with the same research problem, or yes, it's a different research problem. And then so I thought that was interesting because you can do this more than once. It's not just a one-time thing. So you can get help more than once. Okay, so what will happen too, after you fill this out and submit it, you'll receive an email with a link for an online, and I just put Zoom Lite because most people know what that is, and I'm not exactly sure which one we use. So anyway, but then you can share things back and forth. So it's so nice. I was so excited when I saw this, and like I said, I refer a lot of people to this when they have research questions. Okay, so then the next one that we're going to talk about is get started. So I love this one. You can just click here, go to get started. And then this just brings up just kind of more simple. This is probably more for those that are beginners, but here, there's prepare a name for the temple, have someone in mind that you want to take, 3 ancestor search tips. And then there's family memories, get involved, family history fun. And then down here again, I just love how FamilySearch is always showing help, get in-person help, schedule an online consultation, or visit the FamilySearch Help Center. So they're just always trying to, because we don't know which page you're going to be on, they're always trying to get that help and show you how to get help. So we're just going to click on this family history fun. I think most of you have seen this in some of the discovery, like at the Family History Library, there's a discovery center there. And I'm just picking all about me. And so this is what, I love this because this is what was happening in 1959 when I was born. Uh-oh, so now you know how old I am. And then I just clicked top technology breakthroughs of the year. And so if you're bored or tired, you can come here and just look at some things that happened when you were born. And I think these are so fun, like the 3-point vehicle safety belt was invented, first weather satellite launched by United States Navy, spandex was invented. And then another thing you can do, as well as you can see some other circles up here. You can actually click on those circles and see the top technology breakthroughs for them. So you don't have to go back and start all over, with the different ones. So I think that's really nice too. Okay, so that is just getting started. And then I wanted to tell you just about the community. So, and all you do is click on visit the community. And like I said, this is, if you're familiar with Facebook, this is similar to Facebook, but it's FamilySearch's version. So once you click on that, here is the FamilySearch communities. Okay, and when you come in and you try to do something, you have to, you have to sign in. No matter what you do, it'll have you sign in. And then there's just, it's pretty simple. There's different things. You can ask a question, any topic. There's community news, and I really like this. This is actually new. They just put a new little icon here. And then there's groups you can join. And there's probably some other things, but I don't want to go over all those right now. So on this Ask a Question, if you click on that, you'll come to this page, and then you can see, anything that you have questions about. If it's something about the tree, something about the temple, memories, indexing, just anything, you can click and go to the discussions or ask a question. So we're going to click on the search, ask about searching historical records. And back on that page, you probably can't see this, that it says that there's 3.6 thousand discussions. So that's a lot of discussions. And so here you can see right here on the left-hand side, you can just see different questions that people have asked. Like the first one, can someone with access to a family search center send this document, please? Someone asked, what's the meaning of the word deco or something in Italian records? How did I get the back side of death certificate that refers to notes over on back of certificate? So anyway, there's just a lot of different questions. And you can go through this and kind of look for answers, or you can just ask a question as well. So really simple to do.
Carol, you said there were 3,000 something discussions. What's a discussion?
Oh, just like this. That's a good question. Yeah, this here, if I were to open this up, it shows that there, you probably can't see either. There's like 4 comments. So that would be a discussion. Does that make sense? You would just.
Is that going on right now that people are asking about it, or that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. This was when I did this, it was at 3:27 p.m. I think a couple days ago. This was at noon, a few days ago too.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
That many. And so you could join any of those discussions, right?
Right. Yeah, you could get in. Yeah, like I said, if you're bored.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks for saying that. I didn't open that one up. I'm going to open one up in a sec. But yeah, that's a discussion. So there was 3.6 thousand of those. And I can't remember when Family Search Community started. It's been out for quite a while. So thank you. So this one is community news, and I hadn't seen this. This is really nice because this is like the latest news, get updates, and learn ways to engage in the community. And so this one right here, we're excited to announce the new merge analysis view in the lab experiment. I just saw this one. This was up, someone posted it May 23rd. So these are going to be new things that are happening on Family Search, which is great. And I circle this follow because if you click follow, you can get notifications when someone posts something that's new. So I always like to be, know what's going on. And even though I'm doing the mission, we don't always hear because I hadn't heard this yet. So anyway, so this is Dawn, this is like the discussion. This is just one they posted. So it just says, we're excited to announce the new merge analysis view in the lab experiment. And you can click there. And then there's just 4 likes. I don't see any comments on this one, but people can comment, ask questions. So that's kind of how that works. And
gosh, that's amazing that they've got all this stuff in there. Oh, we didn't know about any of this.
I know, huh? Well, you should serve your mission. Okay. So that's that. And I think that I did start following that group because I thought, okay, I want to get those notifications. So, and then the last thing that you can do is you can join a group. It's like, Facebook. There's a lot of different groups. I don't have them all up here, but you can see there's even adoption research, Africa multi-area family history advisors, and that just goes on the different groups that we have. So this is just a group, and it's Atlantic States Research, and it tells you what states are involved in this Atlantic States, and then you can join right there if you want. And then it's the same thing. There'll just be discussions, people ask questions, and you can go through those and look at them. or like I said, you can also ask a question as well. And then, yeah, so you can join if you want to receive notifications too when members post or comment. And then this is the British Isles. There's British Isles. Like I said, there's most all over the world they've tried to have these available. And if not, you might be able to start one. But I just wanted to show you this. So I'm a part of this group. And if I decide, okay, I'm getting too many notifications, I don't want them, you can just leave the group. So really easy to join. And then also, if you're not interested anymore, you can leave it. Okay, and I wanted to show this one since we also talked about engaging youth and family history today on our first presentation, which was so wonderful. There's also this group too, Engaging Youth and Family History, that you can join as well. Okay, so the last one that I was going to talk about is, again, that Remote Connect software. So what I do as a missionary is I would just lead them to this part of the page and tell them to click on that download Remote Connect software. And it takes them to this page. So we use Splashtop. And so all they do is they click on that red Splashtop. And then it immediately starts the download. And sometimes telling paid guests how to get to the download can be a little bit hard, but it's been better. So we've gotten to connect most of the time. There's been a couple times where I just couldn't get them to understand how to get the download. But once they click on the download, then they just allow me to connect to their device. They have to say, do you trust this person to make changes? We don't really make changes to anybody's device, but it just says, do you trust that person? So it's a big trust thing. And then they just give me a 9-digit code, and then I can see their computer. And that's been so nice. Like I said, if they're merging or they're trying to do something, it's so nice to be able to just step them through it instead of me trying to do it on my end. It's been great. It's really nice. Okay, so that's kind of, I covered all that with the help. And as you can see, there's so much help. And I really appreciate FamilySearch and the time and the developers that spend on this to put all this help. I wanted to just show, like I said, there's help all over the world, but I wanted to show the Europe Contact Us, because this is actually new too. We didn't have phone support, and I don't know when that started, but I gave this presentation last year in June for BYU, and we didn't have this. And so it's really nice to see more and more support coming online. So there's, like, over here on phone support for the Europe, there's a UK one and an Ireland one. But I don't know if you can see, the hours of operation are not very much, 10 to 12, and then 2 to 4 Monday through Thursday, Fridays 10 to 12. So not quite as much, but they can do the email support. They can do email. They also, I don't know if many of you have traveled outside of the country. A lot of other countries use the WhatsApp app chat. So they can actually just chat with someone as well. We used that when we were in Mexico, when we were renting a home from someone. It worked good. I really liked that. And then they can also find a center close to them. So I wanted to show you a little bit different. There's a lot of the countries don't have the phone support, but I think that's going to change as we get, as we just keep growing. Okay, so my support mission, what is it like? Okay, so like I said before, I started my mission after Christmas, December 2022. And so you go through a lot of training. They really have great training materials. It's really good. It took probably took 2 to 3 weeks to do, like, registration login. You start with that, but the materials are really great. And then you have mentors that can help you with it. And it's all online. You just do everything online and can do it at your convenience. So I loved that about it. So like I said, I started on registration login, and then they teach you go on the phones. And I tell you, the phones is the hardest thing is actually the trickiest thing to learn. But once you learn it, it's not so bad. But you just do it from your computer. All of the calls just come through the computer and you answer them that way. So it's a little tricky, but once you learn it, it's great. So you first do registration login, and then I wanted to go ahead and help with family tree and historical records. And so I trained in those. I first did family tree, and after a year, I did historical records. And then you're supposed to do a minimum hours of 16 hours a week. Sometimes I don't get quite that much. And then the 2 hours of meetings count for part of that. But what I love is you can pick the day or time for your shifts. And if it doesn't work, if you start doing it and you're like, oh, I don't like this shift, I'll just do another time. You can switch. So it's very flexible. And I like to do 4-hour shifts myself, but some people will do a couple hours, throughout the week here and there. So you can just really tailor it to what works best for you. Okay, so just some common questions. I thought I'd just, talk about that. I've probably done a little bit. Oh, I said that already about how they'll call and they can't reset their password because they don't have a phone or email address in their account. So we have to help with that. And a lot of times it's just they need to reset their password. And we do have people that forget from one day to the next about their password, but it's okay. And then also, we do get from the Church of Jesus Christ members request permission for ordinances. If you are wanting to do an ordinance within the last 110 years, sometimes you'll have to call and we'll have to do magic on our end on that. I told you that before. Edit relationships in family tree. Sometimes the other day someone had a person connected to themselves. They were a daughter of themselves. So we just have to help them edit those relationships, which is really easy. And then a lot of times people don't understand what the record hints are and how to attach those. They'll ask about memories. And then also one thing I didn't mention that we can help too, a lot of times when we're helping others and we want to see, maybe we need to see their temple tab, we can actually go in and help others. And we use that quite a bit too, so that we can see, because we can't see living individuals as well. So we'll go into their account. So we just do that, help others. Okay, and that's available for anyone. Anybody can help others. So if you're helping a friend or a family member, you can go in if you need to and do that. So that's really nice. Okay, so that's the other day I was going to say, those questions over there, those are probably typical, but I had a couple yesterday that no one had ever asked me before. So it was hard to find the answer. And sometimes, yeah, you have to look wherever you can to find the answer to their question. Okay, so the resources that we learned, we have something that's pretty much like our Bible, I would say. And the way you get to it is the same way that, you click on the little help. Remember the little help up there, the circle with the question mark is the help. And then when it drops down, you'll see help and learning. Okay, so when you click on that little circle, you're not going to see this until you click it, but you click help and learning. And what this is just a place where my team leader, he actually does a lot of the articles. And if we find a mistake, we let him know, but there's just tons of different articles that we can look at to find, and everybody can access this as well. And there's over 5,000 articles. And I did this last June again. I think there's more than that. So, okay. So when you come to the help and learning section, this is the screen that you'll see. It won't have new source linker, but this is the screen, help and learning. And you will just type in what you're looking for right there and click search. And one thing that I've learned from doing this mission is it's good just to search for just a few words. You don't want to put in a whole sentence. you just want to do a couple words, keywords. For instance, if you're wondering about doing someone's ordinances that have been born in less than 110 years, you can just type 110 and then search for that, and you'll get all these articles that have explanations about 110 policies. And then right here, you can even click on family tree, whatever category you want as well. So you can get to it that way. Okay. Okay, so I was glad I looked at this. What's really nice is FamilySearch. We have a lot of articles. We also are starting to put a lot of videos in as well. And I know I've been mentoring. I've been a mentor for a person, and she said that that's the way she learns better is with videos. And I'm that way as well. I can watch a video and remember it a lot faster than reading it. So I'm really glad that we're doing it both ways, because you know how people learn differently. So this just tells you, introduction to the new source linker, the new look and feel. And recently, usually what FamilySearch does is they try the new source linker, and then they get feedback, and then and trying to go to the next page. And then now it's permanent now. So everyone has the new source linker, and you can't go back to the old one. Okay. Okay, and then here's just some other articles. Like I said, there's over 5,000 articles. So this is most recent articles. When I open a book in the digital library, only a black screen appears, and it kind of tells you what to do. Frequently asked questions about family review. So they're going to start, if you look at the Get Involved at, it was quick name review, and now they're going to have like the full name review. I think that's what it is. Maybe that's something new. Unfinished attachments, how you deal with those. Affiliate library frequently asked questions. And this is a brand new one too. There's a family name assist for temple and family history consultants. And that's something that really assists new members. I don't even know about that, but the bishops are getting taught this. And so that's a brand new thing that's come out as well.
Carol, did you say that this is available? Excuse me. Did you say that this is available to everybody?
Yes. This is just part of that help and learning section.
How do we get to this page?
You just go to that little circle with the question mark, and then
okay.
And then just go, you can click on so many things that it leads you so many places. But yeah, it's just, I believe it's on that same page. We can look if we have time. Once I get done, we could look at that really quick. Okay, so just a question that we get a lot from members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are missing ordinance and membership information and family tree. So a lot of times, if you're looking at the ordinances, you might see a yellow or kind of orangey looking little symbol. And if you click on the ordinances, it'll say you cannot request, not available. And we just have to, and it tells you on there to contact FamilySearch Support. And what happens is, I think sometimes there's just missing ordinances. And so we send that to another department, and then they can clear that up. So just wanted you to know that that's something that's easy to do too, but that one you will have to call us for. So, and then as far as other resources that I use, since I help with historical records, I've gotten a lot better at really knowing what's on FamilySearch and how to get around to everything. So this one's the search records. I use this search tab, and there's records. That's just ones mainly that are indexed. There's images, which are the ones that aren't indexed. There's the catalog, which I love to look at. There's books and the research wiki. So those are things that I really do when people call with historical record questions. Okay, so I wanted to just tell you a couple of calls that I've received. So this was like about a year ago. And sometimes we get guests that are pretty frustrated and upset at us And so sometimes it's hard, but you just try to, deal with it and try to be as nice as you can. And so it was interesting. I had a guest and she wasn't so nice. And then the next guest starts telling me these jokes. And so I thought I'd share a couple. One is a frog had a DNA test. The result came back that he was a tad Polish. Did you get it? I'm just kidding.
That's a good one.
At a monastery, when you say something nice, they say sanctuary very much. Okay, so and it's really fun to talk to consultants who are helping others. A lot of times we get consultants that call and they're helping a patron, at a family search center. We get a lot of calls from St. George and from Idaho and different places from those centers and Riverton. So it's fun that it's really nice to see that all the consultants who are helping. And then what's really neat is a lot of times when I think I talked about this before, but most guests are so grateful for the help. And that really means a lot. And it really brings me joy because they'll just, especially a lot of times those that get the free accounts that aren't members of the church, they just are so grateful and say, you just don't know how much this means to me that I can do this and I don't have money to get, to go to a paid website. And it's just really neat. That happens so much, how grateful they are. They're so sweet. And then it's neat too. I've talked to 2 people that I know. So it was kind of interesting. Someone called that I knew from my daughter's ward in Waco, and they were serving a mission in California, and they called in for support, and I actually answered the phone. So that was fun. And the other thing I love too about this mission is how much I feel the Spirit help me. I know it helps me a lot. Okay, so really quick, in closing, we need you. We did actually, we always have these meetings, and in a meeting it said, we really need to pray for more missionaries to help. So if you're interested in serving a Family Search Support mission, you can email me, or at the bottom of every page, pretty much every page on FamilySearch.org, there is this volunteer. So at the bottom, it'll say volunteer, and then this page will come up with different options of how you can help. And this is one, discover the joy of helping people find their ancestors while serving a mission focused on family history. And there are full-time missions as well as part-time. And this, if you click on that, I can't remember, learn more. Yeah, click on this, learn more. Then you'll come up and see the mission opportunities. Like I said, you can work 8 to 40 hours, serve in your local area, do it from home. So there's so many options available if you want to serve and help others. Okay, and I guess there's about 8 total right now. Okay, so just in closing, I wanted to let you know how you can help Family Search. So Family Search, they really do. I know sometimes it gets frustrating that they change things and the pages look different. When you come back, I've had someone the other day said, I've been gone like 2 years and I came back and everything looks so different now. And so, but I have to tell you, the developers have to make some changes to keep up with, the development of the sites and what's changing. And so they really do try their best. And we just have to, learn it a little different sometimes. But you will find on almost every page, you'll see this feedback button. See that on the left? It could be there. It could be at the bottom of the page, could be on the right. But if you, they really do look at the feedback button. That's one thing that they've told us in our meetings, and they want to make Family Search easier to use. And they especially love it when patrons provide positive feedback as well as suggestions and frustrations. So it's nice to do a positive. They really do love that as well. So with that, do we have questions? And I can go live. Should I do that?
Sure.
Should I go live to okay. hopefully. Next time. All right. I should be able to escape out of this. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get out of this. Oh, what is that? Okay. Whoops. I always have too many tabs open. All right, here we go. I'm going to make that big. Okay, so I'm going to go to FamilySearch.org and I'll show you. Okay, so here, like I said, so this was where you sign in. I'll go ahead and sign in, and there's that little question mark. You may not even need to sign in. It just depends on what you're. I have two different accounts. One's a member account and one's just a public account. So I can see what others are seeing that aren't members of the church. Sometimes that's different a little. Okay, so here's that circle. Do you see that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and then I'll go down. Like I said, it pops up. There's help and learning. There's the contact us. So I shared about the contact us, and here's the help and learning. And mine may look a little different since I'm a missionary. It might look just a little different. Like the homeland operations you won't have, but see, oh, this was it, Don. You'd asked, it's just down here, most recent articles. So you just have to scroll down the page.
And does that give all 5,000 of these articles that you mentioned?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
We?
Oh, so what you want to do is like I said, depending on what, it won't list them all. You'll have to, you'll want to just type in something that you want to look at, or you know what I mean? Like it won't.
Yeah, you type in a keyword.
Yeah.
There's no way we can even see a list of all the topics, huh?
Yeah, which you might not want to see. But
well, I would want to see that because I don't know some of the topics that I want to ask questions about.
Yeah, so does someone have a question you'd want to ask Family Search? We could see if, yeah, so that's that most recent articles.
So Carol, a recent one my husband and I had was that he's researching in Denmark, and the microfilm had been misindexed. Or well, not misindexed, the catalog had it in the wrong place. And so they had it in that. And so when we tried to go in and figure out how to say, hey, this needs fixing, we couldn't figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Did you see the feedback button anywhere? We have had problems with some of those, and that's one thing that they're really working on.
So the feedback button didn't help us.
Okay, so what you do, let me show you, click on that feedback. You're going to get a little emoji. So if you're kind of neutral, click on that, and then you share about the page. Does that make sense?
So share about the page. Okay. So yeah, skip the emojis and go to share about the page. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because that is important that you know, and I know you see the emojis. That's one thing that we should share. Can you change and say, make sure, because you think that that's just going to do the emoji, right? And there's not going to be anything else. So when you see that feedback, and like I said, the developers really do watch them. And it's nice if you're on the specific page and send that feedback right from that page.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I do ask that.
Yeah, that's important. I didn't realize that I thought those emojis were just emojis.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that.
That'll actually let you write a note, huh?
Right. Okay. I'm glad you asked that. I'm gonna have to add that to my slide.
Boy, add that to correcting on there, because that's all of us would misinterpret that.
Right.
So we give them feedback on feedback, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You just want to, any page that you're on. Yeah.
We could tell them that their feedback page needs help.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that would be good, because I think we have said that, because with the emoji, it really doesn't tell you, you think, oh, okay, I'm just doing yay or nay or upset. I do like the little emojis. They are cute.
And I have to say, I am so grateful they now offer this service on Sunday. And and I know you had Bonnie there earlier, but we will go in and have youth that are coming in. And of course, their account's been locked because their parents didn't respond that they could give them permission, or else they
Mhm.
won't have emails or things like that. And it's impossible to fix without your help.
Right.
With
Yeah.
and so the poor parents are working and they can't go in during the week, and it's just so nice to be able to just take care of it there on Sunday. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, I'll thank them. Yeah, and you can, and actually, that's one thing I don't know if everybody knows. Parents can actually, take care of all the accounts for their kids on their churchofjesuschrist.org as well, which is, I have
I
never,
didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
I haven't done that. They can sign in to their, to their account, go to churchofjesuschrist.org, and then there's a way that they can see their kids and they can do things there. So, but I don't have kids, so I can't do that. So I want to, but yeah, that is nice.
There was also recently we had a sister in our ward that was trying to do her aunt's work, and we've got a response from Family Search. Well, you're not related to this person, and so
Mhm.
therefore you're turned down. And oh, she was devastated. She was so upset.
Oh.
But I have to say, we called and it was taken care of in 30 seconds. And
Oh, so you did.
with a huge apology that, somebody who probably a beginner had
Mhm.
given an incorrect answer and so yeah, I understand, with you dealing with these emotional people and that
Mhm.
they are frustrated and it turned everything around. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, that's so nice too. And we love that if we can help. Someone will call and they're really frustrated and upset, and you're kind of like, oh, okay. And then once you help them, they're like, oh, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really sweet.
Yeah.
Carol, 25
Uh-huh.
years ago, when we were missionaries in London, they trained me to do exactly this in the early days, the 25 years. It didn't have near this caliber of stuff and answers to questions and so on. This is a whole new ball game. This is
Yeah.
wonderful what you presented today.
Yeah.
Because
There's,
I had no idea that this new stuff was in there. This is
yeah.
great. Thanks.
Yeah, it's amazing. And one thing that I learned too, they tried to go away with the church wanted to go away with the phone support. And so then they did that for a while. They were trying to go just more like Zoom meetups, and things. And
It was
the
horrible.
yeah, the leaders of the church would go to different, even different countries. Well, no, probably not different countries, but they'd go to different units around even the United States, and they said they got so much grief. So,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
they brought it back.
Well, we were trained in the early days, in those days, if when we were in England, we got English calls that were during the daytime.
Uh-huh.
And then during the nighttime, people in Australia or New Zealand were trained to handle those daytime calls that were from any place in the world, but during their daytime. So the
Yeah.
calls were ranked and rated in the different places, and depending on the language in the different country, as to when it was a normal time for that country. That's
Yeah, it's
probably what they're still
amazing,
doing.
huh?
Yeah,
It was fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Carol,
Yeah.
what one thing is people bring me these nightmare merges,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I sit there and I look at them, and I had heard once there is a department that works on nightmare merges and that you can refer something over to them. Is that true?
Yeah, there is. And I haven't ever had to do that. There is a way. Yeah, we just talked about that in a meeting. I wonder if I don't even know if I have that because I've never used it. But yeah, there's something that we can do. So yeah, yes, you could even email um or call. I don't know if on the call it might be hard, but that would be very advanced. But there is a way, I believe, that you could do that.
Is there a way to, oh, how shall I say this? politely request somebody who's more advanced consultant, then
When they
To go
call.
up the line, Dad.
I have actually, I got on the phone one day and I was on the phone so long because
Uh-huh.
I had to explain this terribly involved, awful problem that I was trying to straighten out.
Uh-huh.
And the first level, they were obviously rank beginners,
Yeah.
and they going, wow, yeah, you do need better, more advanced help. And so I kept trying to say, can you really kick me up the line to the top? Because I know this is a really bad. And so I had to go through this whole 15-minute thing over and over to the point where I was ready to rip my hair out. And, see, the thing is, I've had enough experience and I am a consultant. So
I know.
I have to get somebody beyond first level when I call in, because if I haven't figured it out, it's a second or third level problem.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's a good question. And we don't really have a way to do that. You just pick, it probably wasn't registration, right? That you called about.
no, it was an actual
something
problem on the tree, or
on the tree.
Probably one of these horrible merges or something. I forget what
Oh.
it was. Or something where something had gotten messed up, and I had tried everything I could think of, and clicked on everything on the,
Right.
So
So
the
I
question
would
is,
I would probably suggest if that's you can't really like all we can do is like, just transfer you to a different department. But yeah, if you get you might still get someone like in Family Tree that hasn't been as experienced. But I was gonna say I would actually do it in an email. I look at those emails too. I haven't done it because we used to have like 300 emails and now we're down to like 30 every time I look. So but you could do that in an email and explain it. That might be a better way to go if you can't, if you're having a hard time with
that's one thing I discovered was that I always do my contacting my email, because I had the problem that somebody told me, you didn't say that, or
Oh.
they were going to call me back or something, and you didn't say that. And okay,
Oh.
I'm putting everything on email, so it's
Yeah.
all the information is out there, so there's no question about what I said and what information I'm trying to get at. And yeah, it just works better that way. But I used to just email Family Search Support, but now they try to tell me to go to communities, and that's not helpful. I don't need to have a group session over the fact that these two people are, it's something that has to be done by a tech on up there.
Right.
It doesn't matter
go
what
ahead.
the community thinks.
Yeah, I would just send that email and then we'll look at it. And then sometimes we can even call you, like someone could look at it and call you. Sometimes we call it escalating. Sometimes we do have to escalate it up to engineering or somewhere else. So yeah, I would just do that if you're just not having luck with someone. I know it's funny. Sometimes I'll get calls and they'll say, can I just call and get you on the phone? I'm like, no, you have to just go through. So
Oh, I see.
Makes me feel good.
Oh,
I had one the other day. It just so the woman we'd put in her membership ID. The consultant we were talking with says, well, I can see it. She's a member. I can see her temple work, but the temple icon wasn't showing and she couldn't. And we'd sign out, we changed computers, we did everything possible. And I kept saying to this, I mean, we were on there for a long time. I kept saying, could you just send this over to tech? Because I'm sure they just need to refresh the page from their end. But it was just really frustrating.
Did she have two accounts? Usually what happens is they'll have a public account.
Yeah, that's what had originally started out. It was a public account, trying to change it to a member account,
and she already probably had one.
And so then when we, the the consultant online could see it, and she says, "No, it's now a member account. I can see your temple work, but we couldn't." And so finally we came back a week later, and it had refreshed, and there it all was.
Oh, okay.
But our frustration was that we were trying to resolve it there, but it needed to be refreshed from Family Search's end. And
right.
so
And if there's something like that, yeah, then we always have team helpers, that we can, as missionaries, ask questions. So they probably would have suggested, hey, just, escalate that, or, I don't know. You never know.
Okay.
Yeah, that is frustrating though.
Hindsight's always good, isn't it?
That's good. It showed up. Maybe they got the message.
Maybe and I do remember at Roots Tech, they had mentioned how they go through and refresh the system, and
right.
They're continually redoing, and sometimes you just need to wait for that to happen. So yeah.
I know we do have to tell guests sometimes you have to be patient. So we have to
I remember that. It was on a temple work one, and he said, "Yes, you just have to wait for this." Yeah, so to show up. So.
Yeah, what they do is, like on the 110s, we escalate those, and sometimes they've got 700 of those waiting to be looked at, and so they just kind of put them in line, So it is really hard. We have people call and they say, "Why can't you get this done by tomorrow?" We're like, sorry. Be patient, please.
It's free. It's free.
Yeah, that's what I have to remind people.
So do they grant significant amount of exceptions for that 110?
We've got, if you look at the policy, it really depends. So if you want to do it for a friend and there's no close living relatives, then you can call, and then we have to send that in to a different department, and they look at that. They have to check, make sure that's really true. There's nobody living. They just really look at it before they give, approve it. So, but what else were you saying? Yeah, it just depends. If you get a close living relative, it's really nice. It's really nice now because you only have to wait 30 days from when someone passes away to do their work. And then if you have a close living relative, if you know a close living relative, they can just give you verbal information that, yes, that's okay. And then you can, you can just do that yourself pretty much. And you just have to know their name and email and phone number, I think is what they asked for. I can't remember, but you can just do verbal. So there's a lot of different stipulations, but yeah, there's some things that we can't at all on a friend is the main thing. Unless all of the close living relatives have passed away.
So there is a Facebook post that just came up. Can I read that? It's from Robert Givens on Facebook. He says,
"Oh, hey, Robert."
Hey, Robert. Yeah. Serving a support mission from home is the epitome of ministering. The Lord needs you. And as you bless your patrons, He will bless you and your family too. There is a gigantic need for senior missionaries in this area.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Robert. He was my mission leader and yours, right? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad. There really is a really big need.
Well, that just means
and we do need people that really do understand, that is really important.
Yeah, not everyone's brain works well in this department, does it? So.
Right.
It's kind of like they need.
It's 10 minutes after 12. We're
okay.
We've had our hour.
Well, thanks. Should I just
Thank you so much. Yeah,
you're welcome.
Some of the help, but not all of that. There was a lot in there.
Yeah, it is amazing how much help there is.
And now we know we can ask you questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know where to ask it or how to phrase it. That's the problem.
I know. It's really true.
So we really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've learned a lot. I really have, most all the time, I really enjoy it. There's a few times.
Well, goodbye, Carol. Thank you
All
all.
right, bye.
Thank you. Jared, I guess we're finished with our recording.
All right, thank you.
Bye, everybody. Oh, did you already stop it on Facebook?
I just did.
Okay, oops. Okay.
Carol, that was really helpful.